the questions are here on the chat that I'm going to send. So that's it. Can you read and answer no, first of all, not that we're live on YouTube, just saying some things about the platform. Here's a conversation. Of course, this is a conversation for beginners, especially, but here's a safe place to make mistakes. We're not here to judge anybody. And of course, we can speak in Portuguese if that's necessary, but it's mainly in English. So now that we have the questions here, can you read and answer the first question?
Okay. What do you usually expect from the Justa talking with someone? This term Justa talking, I I searched because this I don't know just talking before immersion, but I think in this Justa talking person or someone. This one, I think in this waiting talking, for example, in the working, when I have drinking coffee, when I timing of the relaxes, I expecting from just a talking for the other things, for example, family, habits, students, experiencing for the travel, experiencing for the life of the peoples. I think in this talking is, I think in this talking is, um, I don't know these words in the moments. I think in this, I don't know, aproxima these peoples, and if you know these terms, we know this talking, I think. When I talk in other places for my home or for in other places not for my work, my expecting for this Jusha talk is good things, good subjects, um, good ideas. I'm hating this talking for the problems or for the polemic thinkings. For example, uh, to, I don't know, political or religion or other streaming things. I hate in this idea because this my opinion no equals your opinion. Yeah, different opinions for other people's. And now this time is in these days, more people's is streaming things. I had a lot of things for the left or right, a lot of things for the terminal polemic thinkings, and these people's is not search or joining deep information is not source this true or false. I think it's crazy, but I good. I liking this just talking with good things in other people's.
Yeah, that's very nice. Thanks for sharing this. That's a really great topic, I'd say. And now we have one more person here. George, can you introduce yourself?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm George. Um, I have 25 years. I live in Sergipe, northeast of Brazil, and that's it.
All right, very nice. We just started the conversation and we were answering the first question I just sent on the chat. Can you answer the question?
Okay, number one.
Yeah. Number one.
I don't know. Online talk about anything assunto. Depende.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do believe it depends too. Like it can lead, I'd say, to deeper conversations or just stay there. But in these two cases, I'd say it's great having this. And what I expect from a just talk moment is just to get to know more about the person, or not even get to know about them, but just say the basic things and that's it. Anything special, I'd say. But George, about the second question, do you think casual conversations can sometimes lead to deeper insights?
Uhum. Geralmente não.
Why?
Ahn,
If you need to say in Portuguese, that's okay too. Don't be afraid to do that.
Português, please.
Se você precisar falar em português, também não tem problema algum.
Ok. A questão é só entender uma parte aqui do.
Uhum. A pergunta é: você pensa que essas conversas, esses momentos de conversar ali casualmente, pode, por exemplo, seguir para momentos e conversas mais profundas? Então, por exemplo, uma conversa ali mais do dia a dia ali pode trazer um tema mais profundo para a conversação. Você acredita nisso?
Sim. Depende do assunto, pode ser proveitoso.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I think too. And of course, depending on the situation, on the environment. For example, if you are at the doctor, you are waiting for the doctor, and there's another person. If the doctor calls you, you won't be able to follow the conversation anymore. So you just leave there. And in this case, for example, I wouldn't say that would lead to a deeper insight. But for example, in other moments, that can be totally possible, I'd say. And what's your point of view on this, Rodrigo?
I think yes, because this now conversation and sorry, but I think in this I had more conversation, casual conversation, a lot of people's strange people's friends or family, and this conversation is not important. This conversation uh, is not marcado or premeditado, but this conversation is starting a lot of things because this specific subjects, and this is starting a lot of to do a lot of um, other deep insights. I think this conversation is very well. For example, in this immersion, I learning a lot of people's in study English in the experience of the life. When I enjoy talking, I'm enjoying this a little fear because this I don't speak English very well. I I try I stop in my learning English, but I have a lot of people share this experience for me in this immersion for this some tasks is good for learning, for the listening, or for or other things. I I I think it is very good because it's helped me in my student in English, my working too, and my life. Conversations for me is very real.
Yeah, this is a great thing that you said about here, because sometimes maybe talking about these many subjects that we can talk about here, sometimes we just expect, oh, it's just a talk, it's nothing, deep, so I'm going to relax more. But the theme is so complex, maybe, or it can become complex during the conversation, and that's totally how I feel. So, and when was the last time, George? When was the last time that you had a memorable just to talk with someone?
Um, Maybe with my teacher,
Mm-hmm. And what was the situation, for example?
asking for um, assunto for the test.
Let's see. And was it a great moment? Was it an okay moment?
Sorry?
Was it an okay moment? Like, okay, or was it a great moment because your question was answered, for example?
Um, he is tirou minhas dúvidas uh, about the questions and the assunto about the test. And this is helping me a lot.
Yeah, it's so great when we have these answers, right?
Yeah.
That's very nice. One thing that I can say was like yesterday, talking with somebody else, and sometimes, as we were saying, it was just a talk moment, nothing special or nothing deeper than that, but just a casual conversation, and I think that was it. But I'd say like it's more related. It's not necessary every time that you have just a talk to be memorable or that leads to deeper insights. No, sometimes it's just okay to be this little normal casual conversation, and that's it. Anything else to say about it, because it's what makes us communicate with the others, and we won't all the time get to know each person that we meet. Sometimes it's just, hey, how are you doing? Okay, the sun is beautiful. Yeah, let me go. Just things like this. And how was that for you, Rodrigo? When was the last time?
I don't remember this specific time, but I I talking with some people's in talking on my work too. For example, my team is have peoples for the other nationalities live in Brazil, but other nationalities, France, Colombia, China, China too, Chinese too, and one these peoples, she has Francis, I don't know francês, esqueci, French. This I talk a lot. I help us. I help you. I think I help you in this new in the company. I I talking a lot of just a talking in my daily, in my other meetings. For example, yesterday I had one meeting for the projects, specific projects, a lot of peoples, and the project is control, is target is okay, it's normally, and I joined this meeting, me and the other people is talking about the other things, relaxed things. Um, this is good because this opportunity to do is just talking in another specific thinkings and another problems and in the no in the not talking about the stressful thinkings. I like talking because this for me is good.
Yeah, and now I just remembered while you were saying something made me remember about a conversation that I had, and that was like a few months ago. That was a memorable one because that was like a meeting where everybody could speak many languages. Like, so there was a meeting on the computer, for example, and you could choose, okay, I'm going to be in the class where we'll speak French or English or, you know, so you went to the class that you wanted. And for me, it was just like a normal conversation, but then the guys were just talking about so many different things and going deep in it. So that's really something memorable that happened to me and that I won't forget because I wasn't expecting so much from this, but then that was a really great moment, I'd say.
I think it
And,
is like in this joining other language, but I have more difficulty in English. I think in this. I'm joining other language. I do problem because this English, other language. Uh, my mind, I think in this crazy, thinking this, and not can't, can't, I don't know, can't work in this a lot of subjects or a lot of information. But in the next months, I think in this try to join in other language, for example, Spanish or other language. But now in the first, second, and 3 months, I focus in English because this I try to look in my mind for the learning, uh, for the working in this English in other language, learning other language. But it's like I think I'm very liking this and enjoying other languages. It's good for.
yeah, that's very nice. And as you said, I feel the same way. Like if I'm going to start something new, like learning a new language, for example, I wait until I'm already great, already okay in the first one or the second one. So then I can go to the next one and not to start everything at the same time because I know I won't have focus on any of them and I won't progress in any of them too because everything will be just a mess. So that's something really interesting that you found out. And I hope to see you there in other conversations too. Not in Spanish at the moment because I don't do that, but maybe in other languages, French, for example. That would be great. And George, about the next question, number 5, can you read and answer? You're muted. I don't know if you're here.
Sorry. And depends on the context. But usually I prefer small talks because eh, elas são mais diretas.
Mm-hmm. And how often does it happen to you of having these small talks?
Usually all days, the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I have deep conversations. Uh, Geralmente, uh, when I need something or need to tirar uma dúvida.
Yeah, that's great. I'd say, I would say small talks too, because it's quick. I don't have to think too much. It's just the casual conversation. But I also really like about these deeper discussions because it's always so something so meaningful the most of the times. So we need to think more about it, and especially when we have propriedade to talk about this subject, because if you are at the same step, like talking about one subject, you will the situation will be amazing because everybody will just no compliments complementar what the other said. So for me, it's totally great too. So I'd say both, but a little bit more deeper discussions. And how's that for you, Rodrigo? Which one do you prefer?
I don't prefer one specific things because this when I am I don't know busy. I think this when I know busy or working a lot of day, my mind is very is very busy. I thinking this is small talking is okay. Because this I don't have I don't need or don't want to um interesting deep conversation, deep discussion. But I like deeper discussion because this subject is have my attention or my interesting. I I like in this talking about this. I like in this like making the questions. I like in uh, making the answers. I like in this discussion for a lot of subjects. In the specific subjects, I think in this deep discussions is more better for this in technology or in the life. Um, for example, in the last week, my friends for my working discussion for the mindfulness. I try to mindfulness a lot of years. I don't. I I can't see making mindfulness in my mind because this I don't I don't I don't stop in my mind. When I when I close my eyes in the my mind is clear. No, my very thinkings in my mind, in this work, in children's, in my wife, in my family, in the specific in the specific discussion. When about for the books one book. In this book, it is one form of the application or making the mindfulness when you have thinking the other things. It's okay because it's your mind is puts the other places, the other things. In this book, it's okay. And the first, I don't know, de say pela primeira vez, I I I can make and I can use mindfulness in my life. But my mind put in other subjects and the other things. It's okay. It's great for me. This deep conversation, is deep discussion is helping me in the other things for my life, for my health. Is I like in this discussion.
Very nice. And number six is says, how do you think someone's tone of voice or body language can impact the conversation? Well, I can say it totally impacts because it's different when you talk to someone, and maybe you don't realize this, but it makes totally difference because if I was doing something else here, looking there, or just here, I don't pay I'm not paying attention to what you're saying, that can mean something. But if you're there really paying attention, I think I'd say we have this kind of thing that we can do, like to be there, to be looking in the person eye, in the person's eyes, for example, and here, okay, I'm looking at the questions and then I'm looking here. So for me, it totally is have a impact, I'd say. And what do you think about this one, George?
It has a big impact because depending on the context, it can seem wordy or friendly. For example, uh, if anyone say to me, make this, or can you make this for me, please? It's different. Generally, um, the peoples can more friendly to make your requisition.
I totally agree with you. As you said, talking about these little words like, hey, can you do something, please? So these little words, and of course, just the tone of voice, like make this or no, make this. You know, it's different, as George said. And what's your opinion on this, Rodrigo?
I totally agree with you and George, because this I have problem because this tone of the voice. I have no. I am direct peoples. I am more directing in the my talking about of things. Um, for example, in my working. But these people, because this I talk in this specific situation, this form directing this, it's I have problem because other people's I not accepting this form I'm talking and this problem and other things. Um, no, because this tone of voice, I don't know, hide my voice or my, I don't know, guitar, but I'm very directed, very directed, and the people is hating this. Don't, it's not easy in the relationships for the other peoples. Um, Principally these young peoples, next the new generation. These peoples have more difficult in the form directing of the conversation. This is the the things in the other forms of the talking about the problems because these people's just feel bad and it's problem. But I agree if you it's very important this for me this tone of your voice and body language.
Yeah, in about what you said, I agree, and I know someone like older, and they act like in a they are really directly, but it's not just the fact that they are directly, it's because they don't know how to treat people. That's the problem. They think they are very directly and they don't think at all at all about the other person, how they will receive this, and not just for me talking, but all the people around them, like the same age, older. They say the same thing because it's something related to them. It's not something easy to leave, but it's something that I see and that I say, okay, it's an example of what not to do. Okay, I can be direct, I can be straight to the point, that's totally fine, but I need to ponderar the way that I say this to other people because I know it's another person. It's not an object.
Yes,
So
yes.
that's it. And related to this, not exactly, but when you're angry, I don't know if you guys already went through this, but when you're angry, for example, and you read a text, and the text maybe wasn't even the person wasn't even angry, but because you're angry, you read the text in an angry way as the other person was angry, but it's you. So have you ever went through that situation, Rodrigo?
Um, yes, but because this my ears, I think, I don't live in no. I don't know what say levar pro lado pessoal, but I, I don't levar pro lado pessoal another of the people talking with me. But I try to thinking about I try to thinking um I don't know this term specifically, but I don't explain in English. I try to thinking here eyes the situation and eu tento me colocar no lugar da pessoa. Eu ia tentar falar, eu tento ver no lugar da pessoa. But this is difficult. It's difficult because this, for example, in my working or in the other works, I think I have a problem. This problem is very dangerous for my job or for the company. This this need this enjoying, resolving, done. I don't have a time for the Mel, I have problems. Do you help? No. Have problems? Mel, this enjoying the problems, resolve it. This, I think I don't know, in determinate situation, these people have directives in, directives is efficient, I think. Don't have space for um, the I don't know, polite talking or this respectful, of course, respectful, but direct. But it's not easy and not so working in my life too. My daughter, I have two daughters. One daughter, my oldest daughter is 8 years, and this is very crazy because this. Uh, she have one problem. For example, TV is not starting. For she is a big problem. For me, no, because I have work and too. My daughter enjoy my home, my office is that this TV is not starting. Do you help me now because this I have watching TV series or other things, but I am working my house. Do you she not intends this in the time I don't know helping us in the TV or other things. Um, I don't see very hungry for my daughter because this, but I try to explain this because this now I can't need you because this I am working, I am enjoying it, but it's difficult because for she is a big problem. For me, no.
Yeah, and to set some limits, as you said, because if it's something simple now, it's just the TV just isn't working, but so she can come and ask you that, can you help me with that? But you are working and you stop everything to help her. Not that you won't help her, but not in that moment. And as I said, just try to explain it, and okay, she needs to understand that it's not something silly. It's something that with other things, she can that I quebrou minha unha. Anything.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's why it's so important to have these limits, to set these limits.
Yes. Very important.
That's it. And George, you're back. Now we have 5 more minutes, guys, and a gente começou um pouquinho depois do horário, mas deu tudo certo na imersão. E eu queria ver com vocês, fazer uma última pergunta que não está no chat, que seria, o que você aprendeu hoje na conversação? What did you learn here during the conversation? It can be about a new word in English, a new expression, or something related to the theme itself, about just to talk, anything. So, Rodrigo, what did you learn today?
I'm learning just a talking these terms. I don't know this. I don't know these terms. I find these terms in before the immersion. I don't understand in the first, and I learning this a lot of people's George. Or I learned in the other people's, for example, George, in the first semester with George. And that's it. I like this conversation. Congratulations, Mel, because this I resolved this problem with platforms. It's very good. And that's it.
Yes, very nice. Thank you very much for sharing that. And how about you, George? I want to know, actually, first, how long have you been here? Because it's my first time with you too, if I'm not wrong. So how long have you been here on the platform?
For my first conversation with us, it's a pleasure for me, and talk with us. Foi muito bom aprender a little with us, and foi uma experiência legal conversar com vocês.
Very nice. Thank you very much for being here. Essa é a sua primeira conversação de todas? Ou só com a gente?
Não, it's my second.
Okay, so welcome to the platform.
Thank you.
Very nice, guys. Eu coloquei o link do survey no chat, então se vocês puderem avaliar a conversação, como foi, e claro, informar o que eu poderia fazer de melhor, e também outros temas que vocês queiram ver aqui em outras oportunidades futuramente. Então, muito obrigada novamente e espero ver vocês muito em breve. See you and